I find myself standing here, not moving, not running, just standing. There's a mountain in front of me, rising quietly, heavy and real. And for the first time, I'm not trying to measure it. I'm not asking how long it will take or whether I'm strong enough. I'm just here, looking at it, letting it be what it is. And somehow, in this stillness, I realize that God has already spoken. Before the mountain, before the cloud, before the weight I feel in my chest, He spoke. That changes everything for me, because it means my life doesn't begin with fear or effort or reaction. It begins with a voice that knows me, a voice that isn't hurried, a voice that isn't anxious about what comes next. I hear Him say, "Come," not sharply, not urgently, just come. And I notice how different that sounds from the way I usually talk to myself. I'm so used to pushing, questioning, pressuring, but He doesn't speak that way. He invites. When He says, "Come up to me," I feel it land deeper than direction. It's not about climbing. It's about turning. Turning away from the noise below. Turning away from the constant need to know. Turning toward Him. I see now how often I've been trying to come up to certainty, to safety, to control. But He doesn't offer me any of that. He offers Himself. And somehow that feels steadier than all the answers I've been chasing. The mountain doesn't feel threatening anymore. It feels honest. It stands there without explanation, without apology. It doesn't rush me. It doesn't shrink for me. It just waits. And I understand why God brings people to mountains. Because mountains slow you down. They strip away performance. They make you breathe. They don't allow pretending. Then I hear the words that keep settling me again and again. Be there. Not do. Not prove. Not fix. Be. I feel my body respond to that before my mind does. My shoulders soften. My jaw loosens. Something inside me finally stops bracing. I don't have to arrive strong. I don't have to arrive calm. I don't even have to arrive hopeful. I just have to arrive. And only then does God speak of giving, not trading, not rewarding, giving. I realize how much fear has trained me to believe everything must be earned. But God doesn't operate from fear. He gives because it's who He is. The weight of the stone, the seriousness of what He gives doesn't crush me. It steadies me. I've been craving something solid, something that doesn't shift every time my emotions do. And here it is, not fragile reassurance, but truth that can be leaned on. I think of Moses rising, not with drama, not with confidence on display, just rising, responding. And that comforts me deeply because it tells me I don't need to feel fearless to move with God. I just need to trust His voice more than my feelings. I notice Joshua walking quietly nearby, learning without being. And I realize how many seasons of my life have been like that. Near holy things, near truth, near God. Not flashy, not obvious, but deeply formative. Then there is the waiting. The waiting without substitutes. The waiting without panic. The waiting that exposes what I trust. I see how hard that is and how human it is. And yet God doesn't abandon the people while Moses waits. He provides covering, support, structure. This tells me something important. Needing help doesn't mean I lack faith. It means God is attentive to the whole picture. The cloud descends, and suddenly I understand it differently. Not as absence, not as confusion, as kindness. Because full clarity would overwhelm me. Because God knows exactly how much I can hold at each stage. And I see now that some of the fog in my life may not have been punishment at all. It may have been protection. Time passes, nothing happens. And for once, I don't interpret that as danger. Silence isn't abandonment here. Stillness isn't failure. God isn't in a hurry. And then he speaks again. Not from outside the cloud, but from within it. That tells me he doesn't wait for everything to be clear before he calls me. He calls me from the middle of mystery. The fire appears intense, overwhelming from a distance, and I finally understand why fear misreads God. From afar, glory looks dangerous. From within relationship, it becomes purifying love. The fire was never meant to destroy. It was meant to transform. And when Moses steps fully into the cloud, not halfway, not cautiously hovering at the edge, I feel something settle in me. This is trust, not certainty, not control, presence. Time stretches. Formation happens quietly. And I realize something with deep relief, not excitement. God is not rushing me. He is not disappointed in my pace. He is not measuring me against anyone else. He is forming me. And standing here looking at this mountain, I notice where my attention is gone. I'm no longer scanning my body. I'm no longer scanning the future. My eyes are resting on Him. Not as a distant God, not as a judge, but as Abba, as Jesus. As the one who calls me upward not to lose myself, but to find myself in Him. And I feel grateful, quietly, deeply. Not because everything is resolved, but because I have. And seeing Him, this is already life.